I'm ready.
Actually, hang on. Let me bring up the.
Well, it's far too late because we are live. So I'm not going to get my ears straight. They're my Spock ears. But now we've got Real Fifth Beatle complain about my performance last night when he barely answered anything.
Performance last night. What was last night?
It was Jay Harang's quiz.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Technical issues prevented me from being successful. Plus, it was a fix. It was a tie at the end, and only because they cheated. So, but we won't go into that. All right. Good evening, Jimmy.
How are we doing? I'm good. I'm just
I'm Christmas. 5 days.
Bringing out the comments here so I can see them. There we go.
We got Wilkie here. Good evening, sir.
How are we doing, Wilkie?
Franz is here as always. Thank you, Franz. Jeff's here. Hello, Jeffrey. But I'm going to stop. See where my VHS is at, because this is the original '88 release VHS.
That's a cool
version I had back in the day when I first saw it.
I don't think I've seen that cover before.
No, it's a pretty badass one. It was a range of films that had Cobra, Prince of the City, The Protector, The Glitter Dome, Electra Glide and Blue, and I, the Jury. And
nice. Like the cover I'm used to kind of seeing is that one. That's like the I think I'm sure that was on the DVD. That's obviously the vinyl soundtrack cover, but
that's the re-release.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Right. So Lethal Weapon is 18, so anyone under 18 is not allowed to watch this.
I watched this not that long ago. Like I've watched it this year at some point, and I was surprised. I mean, you'll see it as soon as it starts here, but there's some nudity right up front.
Yes, I will have to take that off straight away.
Yeah,
thank you for pointing that out. So yes,
within the first 60 seconds, there's hardcore drug use, nudity, and suicide. So
good old 80s roll.
Christmas movies all around. Right, I'm going to cue mine up to the same spot as yours.
I got no counter. I was going to say what the counter is, but yeah, it's
when it's I'm at the Lethal Weapon logo. So there we go. We're in sync. Excellent.
Sean says it's a Christmas film. Is it a Christmas film, Jimmy?
Well,
he's pausing.
I mean, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, surely this is a Christmas movie.
Let's have a listen, shall we? It's got a Christmas song. There you go.
It opens with a Christmas song. It closes with a car crashing into a Christmas tree, and it closes with the Christmas dinner. So I think if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then this is a Christmas movie. But then again, you start getting into the whole what makes a Christmas movie? Like, is it any movie that's set at Christmas, or does Christmas have to be integral to the plot?
Well, this is the argument me and Old AF reviewers are having. If Die Hard is First Blood, because Christmas is in the background, but it's never mentioned, I don't believe. So
is it? So
yeah, there's decorations in the town, and then the sheriff's office.
That's right. So there's yeah.
Right. Oh shit! I'm gonna take this off as soon as we see the TNA. It is there.
There you go.
And it's a damn shame you can't see this. But I was not pissed. Pished. It was a fix because you gave the last question. You gave him about 2 minutes to answer, and then conferred it, which fucking fixed.
I'm liking the elf ear Christmas bobble hat. Very
yes, I can think of anything Christmassy apart from some cocaine, and have that raining down on me as we watch this film.
I was going to say you can cut back, but I don't think you can yet because there's
no, she's going to take her head off full tits.
She's still naked and still snorting lots of coke.
Yes.
So this is the welcome to the visually impaired audio commentary track for, and so the young lady is topless, and she has just done quite a lot of cocaine, and she is now cavorting over the side of.
Yeah, we can't see any of this in this children woke-friendly channel of mine. The actress herself actually does the fall herself. She is Jackie Swanson, I believe.
So was she a stunt performer?
No, she was an actress, and they got her to do it because there was a famous stunt guy on this called Dar Robinson who died, who this is in memory of because he died after the film was made in a public motorcycle accident. Nothing to do with filming, but he's the one that does. He appears later on doing a fall again, but he coached her on this so she could do it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
I was going to say, I think you're safe to cut back, but you're not.
No, not till she hits the ground. And Shane Black, nearly all Shane Black's films are set at Christmas, apart from The Nice Guys, isn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Iron Man 3 set at Christmas. Yeah. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang set at Christmas. Yeah. Is The Last Boy Scout set at Christmas?
Oh yeah, no, it's mentioned. There's when he's in hospital. So there you go. We're back in next door to the Griswolds.
That's interesting. I'm a good few seconds behind you already.
I've paused it, because the van's just turned up on mine. Yeah. The joggers run past. I will pause this VHS because they are quicker.
Oh no, there we go. We're back in sync.
Here we go.
We're both looking at a topless Danny Glover. So here's something that kind of freaked me out. It was earlier this year when I was watching this. I think so. Danny Glover, even though he's playing a 50-year-old, I think, and he was only something like 40 or 41 at the time.
Yeah.
And as a 40-year-old, to think, wait a minute, so I'm the same age as Danny Glover when he's talking about how he's too old for the shit.
Oh shit! I am that age that he's supposed to be. Shit.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not retiring anytime soon.
He's talking about grey in the beard. There's grey in the beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting old.
I don't know if I'd have my teenage daughter in the bathroom while I was having a bath.
Yeah, that's that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one.
They're a close family. Plus, it gets another an attempt later on.
That's a good point. So I think the last time I had as Die Hard a Christmas movie chat with someone who was arguing that it was, he was saying it's not just because it's set at Christmas, but Christmas is part of the plot. Like talking about Die Hard specifically, like the reason that the party is there is because it's a Christmas party.
Yeah, so there's no one else in the building.
If it was like Monday the 10th of August, they wouldn't be, the plot wouldn't happen. So that was his argument as to why it's a Christmas movie, not just that it's set at Christmas, but the plot revolves around Christmas in some way.
They got male nudity now, something for the people that can't watch it either. Because Mel Gibson was famous for his butt shots in the 80s.
Yep. Something I noticed when I watched this earlier this year, it sounds like almost all of his dialogue is ADR'd, like recorded after the fact. I wonder if there's anything on the IMDb trivia page about that, because like almost, you know how in like 70s and 80s movies, like you can tell when they've done their ADR when it's been dubbed in, and it sounds like 80% of Mel Gibson's dialogue was like ADR'd after the fact. I'm wondering if he was too Australian at certain times.
I think because it's on Mad Max. Yeah,
because the Australian accent definitely creeps through a good few times throughout the movie. The scene that's coming up when he's buying the Christmas trees. There's like it sounds horribly ADR'd, but as well as that, like every fifth word is just like broad Australian, and then he's back to American. It's like American Australian.
The ITV cut where this is a real firing gun, which even cuts out the fight with Joshua at the end of the film.
Yeah, I noticed that. When I watched the version that I've got, prior to that, it would have been like an old DVD version. I'm sure that's the first time I've seen, like, I don't know whether it's uncut, but like I definitely was like, this fight is more brutal than I remember it being. Because like when you watch this as a kid, it would have been the ITV cut, the edit. Do you know what it was? We'll get to it. Later on in the movie. But the one thing that absolutely stood out that I just don't remember seeing as much of is the torture scene. Like,
yes, that's definitely.
And the TV edit, like it just he just touches him and he goes and then it cuts and that's it. Like that. The torture scene is like is one touch. He says "ouch," and then they just that's the end of the scene. So I think
he's just laying there, unconscious.
Like the torture scene that I remember seeing wasn't even a scene. It was just one shot, and then watching the full version was just like that's pretty brutal.
Yes, it's it's the same with what is it? Temple of Doom. I've only seen the UK cut, but I saw the Blu-ray a few years ago, and it had the heart ripping scene is in it because it was taken out of the UK cut. So you see the guy, his hand go in and pull out the heart, which was never in the versions I ever saw. That's
interesting because the versions I remember of Temple of Doom, I always do remember the heart getting,
You're
that's interesting. Yeah. Someone was mentioning
2004 without it.
Yeah, someone mentioned mince pies in the comments. Way ahead of you. I've got my movies next.
If we're saying otherwise, then It's a Wonderful Life shouldn't count. Yeah, some people are saying A Wonderful Life isn't a Christmas film either, but I can't remember much about it. It's a very long film.
Yeah, I've only seen that once, I think.
Yeah, same. I was not pissed. I'd had as much as I have had tonight.
I know you
a wee dram. Yeah, I did check to see if it was on 4K, but it's not because I've got it on 2 VHSs. I got the DVD box set. I think I got another box set somewhere because I definitely remember having the director's cut, and this one isn't the director's cut.
I didn't know there was. I probably did because I've got the Blu-ray somewhere.
It's only on DVD, I believe. Only on DVD, a certain DVD.
I think
the individual boxes.
Yeah, I'm sure I've got a Region 1 DVD of it, which I think was the director's cut. Yeah, that's probably it.
We don't see Mel Gibson. The first time we see Mel Gibson is a school shooting where he's
That's right.
Taking out the sniper who hasn't got the distance his gun's got.
Yeah, I remember that. So the version I'm watching...
That's about the only major scene that's missing. And it's not a director's cut because... what's his name? Who directed this? Richard Donner didn't authorize it. Warner's just put it in and called it a director's cut. The stunt guy is the albino dude from Stick who does the big fall in Burt Reynolds' Stick film. There you go, Austin's here. First quote of the day. But yes, that is the correct one. Or is it the one? I'm getting too old for this shit is the one he says in this one. It's I'm too old for this shit is in the sequels. Yes, Last Boy Scout isn't Christmas. Hey, Dr. Impossible. Stephen Goldblatt's cinematography impresses me, especially the ending sequence at nighttime. God knows what Panavision lenses they were using. Yes. So
it's always it's a good looking film. It's a good looking film.
Even the VHS from 1988 looks good.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. Did jump a bit earlier. There you go. Austin's got the DVD. Yeah, they're only on DVD, so I don't know if that was because of Richard Donner.
How many? Like I remember the school shooting scene. How many extra minutes are there in total on the director's cut?
Not much. It's mainly the school shooting, the extended bit. There's a few longer scenes. That's about it. So this guy, which one? I think it's the guy on the right is Red Hot Chili Peppers lead singer's dad.
Someone mentioned that like when I watched this earlier this year someone did mention that. It's just such a random bit of trivia. Yeah, this is the scene where it sounds like all of Mel Gibson's dialogue is being rewritten.
Yeah, if any scene is any scene is a all right, mate.
Yeah,
scene, it's this one.
And even though it's been re-recorded, it's still like half Australian.
Yeah, because Danny Glover was hired because of Color Purple. He was also in Witness as a bad guy. But yeah, and then Mel, of course, he was riding high after the Mad Max and other films.
Yeah. Is this after Mad Max 1 and 2?
And 3, I think. I think 3 is 85. I think this is 87.
Wow. This is after Mad Max 3?
Yeah. Here we go. It's a real firing gun.
God, he sounds more American in Mad Max 3 than he does in Lethal Weapon.
Yes. Yeah, and it was. Oh, look out! Boom. Takes out his own man. So, yeah, this is he's using a Beretta, and it's the same prop gun they used in Die Hard and all the other Lethal Weapon films and the Die Hard films. It has been retired since.
So it must be a Christmas movie then, because they're using the same gun.
Well, yeah, there you go. That makes it all these Christmas trees and such.
I mean, yeah, in a Christmas tree lot, I mean, that's, you could argue that makes it integral to the plot.
It's a lot of Christmas, more than.
Oh yeah, that's right. Long Kiss Goodnight was set at Christmas as well.
Yeah,
that's a good movie. I've not seen that in a long time. That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah,
it's because so yeah, that's by Rennie Harlin, and then he also did Die Hard 2, which is another Christmas movie. Nearly saw his Glover. Now.
Interesting. I guess shot and one.
Yeah, the third one is massively widescreen. I remember seeing that.
I remember having the white, like, I'm sure they released like a widescreen VHS of the third one.
Yes, they did. I used to have. I bought that.
Yeah, because I remember watching that on a much like what you've got there on like a tiny 14-inch 4x3 combi unit, and 2/3 of the image are cropped off because it's the widescreen version, and like there's a wee disclaimer at the bottom explaining why that's a good thing, but then you're trying to your parents are just like, why does it not fill the screen? Fix the telly, and
yeah, I had that a lot.
Trying to explain
no, it's supposed to look like that. Yeah. It's more picture, not less.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
That is a quality mullet.
I was going to say, I wish I could grow like yours is a very tidy hairstyle compared to his mullet, but yeah.
My lockdown haircut wasn't too far off of that mullet.
Oh.
But imagine like a big, massive, like lumberjack beard as well.
Oh. Did you have beads in it?
Lockdown gave everyone an excuse to just not get a haircut and not shave. At least, that was my excuse.
So as Michael says, yes, it wasn't those famous butts in the moonbeam walks from Loaded Weapon 1. But Tom Atkins said, I think this might be the first film I saw Tom Atkins in properly. I know he was in Escape from New York as a small part and such, but
yeah. I watched that the other day as well, just recently, actually, like maybe a month ago.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The first Mad Max film, the American version, where someone else dubbed him.
That is horrible. That is horrible. I remember getting the
copies.
Is every version of Mad Max that have like the first one have the terrible dub?
I think it's only an American version, or the TV versions that came out early, but I haven't checked my VHS actually. It's good.
I remember getting the Region 1 DVD trilogy of Mad Max, and I'd seen the second one and the third one loads, and I'm sure I'd seen the first one, at least bits of it, but I don't think I'd ever. I mean, this is back when the DVDs came out, whenever that would have been, early 2000s. But I remember watching the first one and being like, I don't remember this being like this, but that's not Mel Gibson's voice. What's going
on? Yeah. Jason's here from Backtrack Cinema. Good evening, Jason. He loves Lethal Weapon. Everyone loves Lethal Weapon, man.
I don't think anyone doesn't love Lethal Weapon.
What about all 4 Lethal Weapons? Who loves all 4?
I wouldn't say I love all 4 of them, but I don't think there's a bad movie. No. I think the third, like for me, I think I put this on the chat a week or so ago, but it's for me, it's 2, 1, 4, 3. I think three's my least favorite, but I still like it.
Well, yes.
I just think two is just like one of the like best action movies, best sequels. You can get. Like a lot of people when people talk about like sequels that are better than the originals, they always go with Godfather or Aliens. But I think Lethal Weapon 2 is a surefire like bet for a sequel that's better than the original.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, very different films. Yeah, I've just realised the first one's the only one I haven't seen in the cinema. Same with Die Hard because I was too young.
Oof.
But yeah, originally it was supposed to have a bar fight to introduce him before the school shooting, but that became too much of a cliche by then.
That's right. I'm sure. It's probably on the director's commentary. I remember listening to that when I first got the DVD, and they talk about that. Yeah.
Damn it, Dooley! Jesus Christ, I've seen this film.
I think someone was talking earlier on about about a 4K version of this. I think they would have they'd have to do a proper restoration, because looking at the scene that I'm at, I've skipped ahead a minute or two, so I'm going to pause mine until you catch up. But there's the scene that's about to show on your screen, in the police station. Yeah, this shot here. It's so I'm watching the Apple TV version, which will just be like the general HD master. I'm assuming. And that is a soft shot.
That shot always sticks out to me when it comes on.
Like it may just be that actual shot was just slightly out of focus, and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, it might just be second unit or something.
Yeah, it's not a case of the actual way, restoring it. It's just if it's out of focus, it's out of focus.
Yeah, I think definitely the UK cinema cut of Lethal Weapon 4, I think, was cut, or was it the VHS? Because of the violence. But the same was what's the thing? The second film, what was it? The second film was a 15 in the cinema, an 18.
That's right, yeah.
VHS. Yeah, because all three are 18 based on the first one in the box set.
Yeah, I remember it being an 18 on the VHS, yeah.
And then the DVD and Blu-ray had other scenes put in where he breaks a guy's neck in the car when the woman's drowned, and there's a bit more violent shooting and the ship. And there's Grandel Bush, token character actor from all these action films of the 80s. In fact, he's in the sequel to this, playing a different cop.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Talking of things that's cut, the one thing not from part one, hang on, I need to fix my stool. The one thing that sticks out from watching the second movie so many times, like the TV edit, then when I got the DVD or the Blu-ray, the surfboard hit.
Yes.
The second one, I remember, I'd seen Lethal Weapon 2 so many times, but just the TV edit, taped off of STV. When I first got the DVD and watched that, I was like, "Oh my god! You can actually a decapitated head. I've never seen that in this movie before."
Because straight into him, and because it's a bit vague in the other cuts.
Yeah, in a TV cut, it's just the cars crash, and then it just cuts to them looking in, but you don't see anything, and then I guess the car crash killed that guy, and that's it. The surfboard was irrelevant, but yeah.
I remember that ITV imported the NTSC version from America, but a few years ago, so should NTSC with the censorship.
That's weird.
Yeah, because it does look different, doesn't it? NTSC, whatever it is, the American standard. Fat bastard. I'll have none of that. But I did watch Mascara earlier, Dr. Impossible, if you're still here, so we'll talk about that another time. Because that's not for this channel.
Yeah, I'm lost on that chat.
So we'll get the line drop in a second. Or title drop, I should say. Not a line drop. Michael Myers, heavily cut by Mr. Furman. There he is, bless him.
Registered you as a Lethal Weapon.
Jeff's old DVD set is the director's cut. Yeah, I shouldn't remember it's the snapper cases, the cardboard ones in the UK that are the director's cuts.
Oh, I hated those DVDs, because they always just unless you stored them in a hermetically sealed box, they would just start to dog-eared and crumbled, and they were terrible. I think a lot of Region, if I remember, I used to buy a lot of Region 1 DVDs from, do you remember Play.com?
Oh yeah, that's where I got years of
I
stuff
would
from there.
so many Region 1 DVDs from them, and I remember a lot of the Region 1 DVDs they weren't in your standard Amaray cases. They came in those cardboard folder ones with the clips. I still have them, ironically, in a watertight storage box, or four, in the loft. I kept all of the once I'd upgraded most of my collection to Blu-ray. I took the DVDs off the shelf because I had no more room, but I put the discs in a disc wallet and kept them with the collection. But then the actual DVD cases, they're in probably 4 or 5 big plastic boxes up in the loft. One day when I win lottery and have like a massive house to like have a library, I'll bring them back out.
Yes, definitely. That's the dream, isn't it? Not a book library like in the Manners, a DVD Blu-ray library.
There's an interesting one. Do you remember the first VHS you bought, the first DVD you bought, and the first Blu-ray you bought?
The first DVD, I don't know what the Blu-ray was. The first DVD was a pre-owned Batman '89, which was in the black cardboard snapper case. Same with I think I had Exorcist after that, which was in the same packaging. Can't remember the first VHS. I don't know if I think it was Crocodile Dundee. Could have been this. This is one of my early purchases. It was definitely this time. There's Mr. What's his name? Not Mr. Joshua, the other guy. Another character actor.
General bad guy.
McAllister. No relation to Home Alone. Good evening, Paul. Yes, I'd love to. See, I thought, if you're going to dress as Gibson, I should come as Glover, but that could be trouble.
that could be problematic. It may get
if no one mentions
it might get you lots of views, though. You never know. It's like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode,
yes,
which they've taken off of Netflix. You can't watch that on Netflix. You have to have the actual.
The whole point of it is a parody of the situation,
which is a shame because it's a funny episode. In fact, there's 2 or maybe 3.
There's 3 episodes now, but
one's
Lethal Weapon 5, one's Lethal Weapon 6, and then one's making Lethal Weapon 7. But then it goes on about how it is problematic to do it now.
Did they take all 3 off on Netflix?
I don't know. I haven't checked it well. I do watch it regularly, but I might not have noticed the order it's in. Damn, who's the actor with the mustache? He's in everything back in the 80s as well.
Oh yeah, he was in.
He's Victor in Red Heat.
That's what I was going to say. He's. I was like, I can see him with a Russian accent, and I can see Arnold Schwarzenegger, but my mind didn't get to Red Heat as quick as yours did.
Yeah, I don't mind this sniper scene in this, but it does. Whenever I've only seen that version once, maybe because it does. It's like one of those cuts that comes out of nowhere. You go, well, I don't remember this scene because watching this now, I know everything that's going to happen, and then the slightest frame,
it's
going to throw me off. Rambo is a primitive.
Here's something random. As I kept watching Lethal Weapon, one thing that stuck out in my mind for so many years, he talks about the mustache guy talks about mercenaries.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. Like, I just remember being fascinated by what's a mercenary? I don't know what that means. And they're like, they threw out that word like everyone should know what it means. Like, it's almost like they're not expecting like the 8-year-old kid from Scotland who wouldn't know what that word means. We need stuff like that explained.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. I need to let you go. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jason loves the director's cut. Mel should have stored his mullet cut-offs. They would have been worth $1 million. When did he get rid of it? Because he kept it for Lethal Weapon 3 because he has the ponytail in Lethal Weapon 3, doesn't he? And then
so he doesn't have it. It doesn't have it in Lethal Weapon 4, I think.
No, he's got a tidy haircut there.
Yeah.
That's it. Riggs. Yes, thank you, Austin. Riggs picks up a hooker, but only to watch.
That's right.
Stooges.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Mike's here. Good evening.
Yeah, those are all like everything that I can think of that they cut out are good scenes, and it's not like it's an overly long movie. What is it? An hour?
No, this is an hour 49. It says so.
Hour 49.
I know it's. I've got Die Hard's over 2 hours, isn't it? Or just about.
That's interesting. So I've got the Apple TV version is an hour 56 minutes.
Oh.
Wonder if they're counting credits or not.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird because we would have seen the sniper scene by now.
It's definitely not the director's cut. It's maybe just literally playing at a slightly faster speed than yours.
Yeah,
that is a thing. Like the even NTSC and PAL.
Yes.
Like because of the like frame rates and stuff like that. Over like 1 hour, you will be 1 hour and like 90 seconds. But that's really boring tech chat.
I did say it took the fight sequence, which is very motion heavy. Did take 4 nights to complete.
4 nights doesn't seem that long, considering the length and complexity of the scene. 4 nights doesn't seem that long.
It doesn't look, I guess. Oh, yeah. Mitsubishi outlet in the back. Win a Mitsubishi TV if you open an account. Where am I? I know Primitive was weird dub. Oh, there you go. It's the dub. Oh, not Rambo is a pussy from. That's what it was. The reference to the Tango and Cash TV edit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why? I think it's they'd say now it's because of the drug use and nudity, but
the drugs and violence, like the nudity is like relatively tame by modern standards.
Tits.
Yeah, but it'll be the extreme close up of cocaine going up someone's nose, and then that person jumping off of a balcony.
The ratings people are very fussy about that, and suicide attempts and stuff. But yeah, Lost Boys is playing in the cinema with the road.
I just noticed that.
The Richard Donner produced film.
I did not know that. I didn't know you produced that.
If I was organised and could be bothered to stand up, I would. That's my thing. There we go. Beretta is my favourite handgun. Yeah, I always had a thing for Berettas because of this and Die Hard. It's trouble. Are you 18?
Why do you want these?
So you gonna watch this with us?
What is it?
Christmas film.
No, it's not.
No? No, there it is. Definitive answer.
There you go.
It's not a Christmas film.
So your VHS is a 15, is it?
No, this is they're both 18.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
I will check my book to see what happens next.
What does it say on Apple TV?
Murtaugh's eyes darted to Riggs' smirk and then back to the freeway. I value quality over quantity.
Just checking on the Apple TV one. Yeah, that's rated an 18 as well. Yeah.
Now, do we recognise this gentleman standing on the roof?
No. Should we recognize
I know who he is. Had to be told to me. I think he's in Mad Max 2. He's one of the punks. I think Origin in Mad Max 1. I think he's in the one who gets chained to the car at the end.
That's right.
And he blows him up.
That's Mad Max 1, yeah. Which is the end of the movie?
Yeah, I think that's one of the last kills, isn't it? I asked Mel. Oh, hello, Chris. I asked Mel himself if it was a Christmas movie, and his words were probably.
Well, if he says probably, then
Nah. Get to bed.
What's that thing called?
It's called Lethal Weapon. There's 4 of them. One day you'll watch it with me. Zero interest in Star Wars, Marvel, or anything, but maybe Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
win him over.
4 is probably the tamest one to show a kid. Like, no drugs, there's no nudity, there's just a little bit of violence.
It's a Christmas film.
Mummy says it's not a Christmas film now. There's many people here saying it is. Favorite characters in history? Yeah, he's a great character. Family man.
That's a bold statement to drop out there. Favorite characters in film history.
Or one of. Frequent from mullets. They are offensive now. Problematic. Yes, tell us more about this encounter indeed. Meeting Mel. I remember Lethal 3 and Being 4 and having hyped up when they first came out. Yeah. Definitely Lethal Weapon 3 was very hyped.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I remember being slightly too young to see Lethal Weapon 3 in the cinema and having to wait for the VHS in the video shop. But I do. But then by the time 4 came along, I saw that in the cinema and I was hyped for that because I was already a big Jet Li fan by the time 4 came out.
Right. You answer this. Someone's up for a drubbing.
I remember that the trailer was clearly PAL 2, I think around 1997. They showed it uncut. What are we talking about there?
I think we're on to
the trailer. Oh, the trailer for Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah. This is where the handcuffs break and then they have to hold hands for the jump.
Do they? I don't think I've ever noticed that.
You never know.
No,
It bugs
never
me every
know.
time. They jump, and then the handcuffs snap. Then they grab hands to hold all the way down.
Maybe they probably weren't allowed to be handcuffed. Oh, they
Well,
snap.
yeah.
That's right. I have never noticed that.
I never noticed originally.
The
I
dozens of
remember
times.
this was on film 87, I guess, with Barry Norman, and then the end of the show they showed the jump at the end, and then of course it showed the spoiler. It didn't stop. They showed the airbag, so I sort of spoiled it for the.
Yeah, I do remember first watching this as a kid being very confused as to how and why there was an airbag there that they didn't show you before.
Yeah.
It. Like you only saw it when they landed, and you're like, "Wait, what? So this was fake? This like
A film within a film. What's going on?
Yeah, like something just didn't sit, and kind of still doesn't. Like sit right. That's there. But hey, ho.
Mel was a good actor, or is. Some questionable films he's doing recently.
Yeah. Have you seen Boss Level?
Yes, that's a good one. He's not in it much, but
that's such a good movie, and he's good in that. He's good in The Continental, but again, he's not in it much, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen it because I thought, he's just a.
Yeah, like there's 3, maybe 4 episodes. He's not in it a lot, but like his scenes are like peppered throughout all of the episodes, and you kind of get the feeling that like they managed to get him, but like you've got him for 4 days. So like they film all of his scenes back to back, so that they only need him on set for 4 days, but like then they pepper his scenes throughout the movie, throughout the episodes. That was The Continental. A bit underwhelming, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it would be. There's no way they could do anything John Wick style on a TV show, is there?
Yeah, like I mean, the action scenes were good, but it's just this. The main guy, to be honest, I think, and was the biggest problem with The Continental. When I was just like, I don't like this dude. Something about him is like annoying. Just one of those faces, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think this is up for rewards. Hang on, he's gonna get a drubbing this time.
No, this is like, especially that the first scene in the trailer when he's like, he's putting the bullet in, and he's like, that's proper, like, that's proper acting. Like that's it's one of those movies where you think, this could be just like a dumb B movie, action movie that like with terrible performances, but having somebody like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, but like just elevates it because their acting, their performances are like top tier, especially Mel Gibson. I mean, to be fair, he's got the more showy stuff to do as an actor. Like he's literally suicidal. He's trying to dead wife. But the two leads are like it's one of those movies. That's what I was just saying. Just when you popped out there, it's one of those movies where it could easily have been a B movie with no names in it, with terrible like the same script, but terrible actors. In a terrible movie. Even though it's a good script, but like you could have terrible actors in there, and it would be a terrible movie.
Because there was many people. I think Shane Black, when he wrote it, he had William Hurt in mind for Rings. But the studio didn't buy that, and they went. I think Warner has done. Yeah, Warner did the Mad Max film, so
yeah,
they knew that Mel, and then they flew Mel in from Australia, had Danny come in, and then they had them get together, and of course, the instant chemistry. And that was the first look at a mobile phone on mobile phone on a film.
Yeah, when I watched this earlier this year, one of the kids in the house clocked that, and she was like, "What is that?" And then I was explaining that's probably that's one of the first mobile phones. Like you had to carry like a car battery with you that was plugged into it.
It's just probably charging it in the car.
Yeah,
lasts about 2 minutes. Oh yes, the Lethal Weapon TV show. I'm guessing that, or is that the content? But we'll talk about the Lethal Weapon TV show. Did you ever watch it?
I didn't know. I heard good things about it though, but then like it kind of the behind the scenes drama almost overshadowed the show. I think, but I did hear that it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good series. I know it speeded through his recovery, just like the film does. But yeah. I think he was. But yeah, it was good action and everything. But then the chemistry wasn't there.
Was it just 2 seasons it ran for?
I think it was 2 seasons with Riggs, because Riggs' actor was up to no good, so they got rid of him and then brought in Stifler as a replacement.
Really? I didn't know that.
As the Action Man, so it didn't work.
Like as a different character, or was he just
As a different character, but
right?
The same,
Right.
well, as the same character, different name, sort of thing.
Right.
Rex, Action Man, Marine, ex-Marine type things.
Ah,
Right, here we go.
I take it didn't last long after that.
No, that was his end. But yeah, the original Riggs was a bit of an arsehole on set, I was like, to everyone. So he disappeared.
Yeah, so even though I didn't watch any of the episodes, I saw some of the like the behind the scenes, like the outtakes of the two of them, just like pure like not liking each other at all.
No, Wayans didn't like him at all.
Like to the point where it wasn't even funny or interesting anymore. It was just like it was like uncomfortable to watch because you're just like, ooh, this is like, you guys are being nasty, like horrible. Just fight. Like there would be more,
Yeah, I think they're probably worth a lot of people like Moonlighting was the same. They didn't get on for years, and then I guess X-Files was another one. They're just spending so much time together doing constant work. They just it just doesn't. And then, but yeah, these two got on great, but they only did 4 films. But there's Joan Severance in a very early role in the
5 if you count Maverick.
Sorry,
so they did 5 films together if you count the cameo in Maverick.
Of course, well spotted.
I always loved that because not only was he did they do the cameo with Danny Glover, but they did the famous music cue as well.
Yes, it's Richard Donner film as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Joan Severance, paused for you. So Chris Hawkins, he went to a black tie event, listened to a lot about his salary in Mad Max, won $9,000 all the way up to his later stuff. When I queued for the photo, I denied on what to ask.
Oh, would that be Chris? Would that be the guys from An Experience With that put that on? I've been to. I did some filming at one of their events, and I went to the one years and years and years ago where it was Arnold Schwarzenegger in Edinburgh. Kind of similar thing. It's like it's like a black tie dinner. There's like a swing band, and there's loads of like memorabilia that gets auctioned off, and then they get like a kind of like a B or a C-list celebrity to do like a interview on stage. It was cool, and it was like did feel like maybe a once in a lifetime experience, but on the other hand, it did feel like you were paying a lot of money to basically sit and watch a talk show. So
yeah, I guess it's the meeting if you get to meet them at the end for a few minutes at least.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's basically like a Comic-Con, but
yes,
for people who want to like spend even more money, and rather than cosplaying as Martin Riggs, you put on like a tuxedo and you have a fancy dinner, and then you watch the talk show element, and maybe you get to ask.
Maybe. Yeah, you are in the same room as Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I was in the same room as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was cool. So let us know if that's the same one that I'm thinking of, Chris.
But yeah, there's been a few of those, isn't it? I think Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Van Damme have done them in this country, haven't they?
Yeah, Stallone's had a couple. Arnie's did at least one. Van Damme did one.
Nemesis. You are too old.
Very clever. Very clever.
Yeah. Gibson is a great actor and director. I don't think he's written anything, has he?
Yeah, I don't know, but no, he is. He's not directed that many movies. Like he did The Man Without a Face, which was good.
That was his first, yeah.
And then he went straight on he went from that to Braveheart. It's just like small little, like self-contained drama, like massive historical epic.
Yes.
And then it was. Did he go straight from Braveheart to Apocalypto?
There was something in between, wasn't there?
Was something in between?
I'm trying to think.
Or was the Passion of the Christ before Apocalypto?
Yeah, I think so. I can't believe. Oh yeah, he's done so many. Getting a sequel to that.
And then it was Heartbreak Ridge was his last one, I think, which is pretty good.
Mm. Yeah, that was very good. And he might be doing Lethal Weapon 5 because I think Richard Donner said he wanted, if it's going to be done after if he couldn't direct it, then Gibson should direct it. But with Danny Glover being 80, nearly 80 now, or the character's 80.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even by the time number 4 came along, they were pushing the limits of believability. It was like, would he still be a working detective? Because he's in his mid-60s.
Well, so, yeah. They're honouring him for all that stuff he's done in the previous films, I guess, saving the world. But yes, there were. They did swap them around. I think Gibson was up for Die Hard and Bruce Willis was up for this. Well, one of the many names. Yeah, that's awesome. To go to a black tie event. Also, met Mr. Glover 2. Have a pic of us holding Lethal Weapon DVD. Very nice.
Nice.
Got a lot of jealous people here tonight. I'll Photoshop that now. Yes, I'm curious. I'm hoping they're not relying on CGI action for a fifth. It's just like a detective story because there's no way either of them are up to anything.
Like the way
not that much action.
Yeah, like the way they did 4 and made it like modern enough, but still, keeping with the tone and the style of the franchise. I thought they nailed it with 4, to be honest. Like to the point, like I said, not that 3 was bad, but I definitely think 4 was an improvement over 3. You disagree?
I don't know. It changes every time I watch them. It's hard to whichever, because I do usually watch them in order. But no, the Captain is in a lot of Richard Donner films. He's even in Superman 78. I don't know if he's his brother or if he's. What film am I looking at? This one.
They definitely look like.
Yeah, they look old white guys.
Yeah.
Now, Darlene, who's the oldest, the teen sister girl, is, I think, what was it? She's only 14 years younger. I think she's in a late, getting into her late 20s here. Yeah, so she was 6. Yeah, I think she's like 26 in this.
Wow.
Because she's only 14 years younger than Danny Glover, who was 40, I believe. I think I read. Now, his wife is Darlene Love. Do you know who Darlene Love is? The actress is.
No. Enlighten us.
She was a 60s singer. Have you seen Gremlins?
I literally watched it last night.
Well, the opening song is sung by her.
Ah.
It's one of her. She's got 2 Christmas songs. Yeah, she was a singer in the 60s. And then we also had Mary Ellen Trainor, who's in every 80s film. She's in Monster Squad, Goonies, and.
Hang on. Just because you've name dropped that, hang on.
Oh, there we go. What's she showing off with now? Dead air for the DJ. There he is.
Just arrived today.
Ooh, that's nice, you son of a bitch.
It was one of these that was randomly available through, even though it's like the US 4K disc, it was randomly available through Amazon.co.uk. It was one of those ones where they had one copy available. It was for the normal price of like £24 or £25 or something like that. So
there
we go.
Was it also written by Shane Black? I'm going to say yes, written by Shane Black as well. Yes.
I don't know that either. There you go. Written by Shane Black and Fred Decker.
You need to hand in your cards.
It's all connected.
I let you off because you're a young person. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the Captain because I think he's definitely in. Is the cousin of Richard Donner? There we go. That's why he's everything. He's also in Scrooged, of course. Richard Donner did Scrooged.
Yeah, watched that a couple of nights ago as well. That's on the annual Christmas rotation.
Yeah, gotta be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also in Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
Oh, yes. So he is, yeah.
Now, this is the one thing, because he's got a boat, and it's always, how did he afford a boat in all like the films, and such a house, and sending all his kids to college. And then the 4th film is revealed his wife is a famous author. And then they've got all this money, but it's taken, no one knows about it in the whole world.
Oh, I thought that was just like a recent career thing for her when they talked about that in the fourth movie?
Well, I guess it's taken off, but
Because is it like erotic fiction or something she does?
rubbers. Yeah, Gibson was up for playing John McClane. Well, there was a long list of people for that as well, as much as was on this one. Oh yeah, he's also in Donna's Assassins with Stallone and Banderas. Was it Gibson did Conspiracy Theory with Donna as well?
Am I right in saying the Wachowski brothers wrote Assassins?
That I believe is correct. Hang on, it's another one I got the book of, but it's out of reach. I'll be bothered to come up. But yes, I believe you are correct. Whatever they are, Wachowskis. The UK cinema version of 2 was a cut for 15. The video was an 18, yes, and had some bits restored, but was still cut in 2 scenes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like
the TV edit definitely was edited to within an inch of its life. Like I think in the TV edit at the end they get shot once by the diplomatic community guy. But in the original cut, he empties the clip into him.
Yes, definitely watch. Well, you won't be able to find Mascara. It's not available on disc or streaming. You might find a VHS rip online, is all I can say. 6 years. A lot of old time Mascaros.
What's Mascara? I'm not even
It's
joking.
a Cannon film from the 80s, right?
Right.
So what do you think it is?
Cheesy sci-fi movie?
No, it is. 1997, transsexual murders are being investigated by the man who committed the murders, the police commissioner or detective.
Oh.
But that sounds like it's a detective show. It is definitely not. It's very arty and opera-like.
Right.
But of course,
Anyone of note?
very problematic.
Anyone of note starring in it?
Charlotte Rampling.
Oh, okay.
It's about the only one I recognised. But yeah, it's one of Cannon's lost films.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I would more or less agree with you on that. I still like 4 better than 3, but they do stretch the believability at the end when they're both fighting Jet Li.
Yeah, he could just win in seconds. Myrtle's not helping much.
Yeah. Was that Jet Li's first Hollywood movie?
Sorry, yes, it was.
I think it was, yeah. And then he did like Romeo Must Die in movies and Cradle of the Grave. No, not Cradle of the Grave. Yeah, Cradle of the Grave. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And I was trying to think now. And then we get our, just like in Scrooge, there's a free apartheid sticker here because this is pre. What happened?
Yeah, I noticed that when I watched this Lethal Weapon 1 earlier this year. I noticed that for the first time on the fridge, the sticker, and then obviously it's more of there's that whole scene in part 2 in the bank. No, not the bank, like the immigration tourist office or something like
that. Yes, the Wilder Pryor comedy Another You. I can't remember that. It's probably the least, like it is. It's the least watched Wilder Pryor comedy film. Sadly, Richard Pryor was so ill making it. Yeah, the Alfred scene's great. Don't tell him his name, Alfred. Ice cream. Yeah, let's go get these kids some ice cream. My Lethal Director's cuts are the shitty snapper cases that usually fall to bits.
Yeah.
My first DVDs purchased with Saving Private Ryan and The Matrix. Yeah, I can believe that. Oh, shit, Ted's been on for a while.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. I think so. I think my first VHS would either have been, I think I'm almost positive it was Commando. First DVD, I do remember that one because I got a DVD player for I think it was my 17th or my 18th birthday, and went to my local video shop. Like, I got a DVD player for my birthday, but no, it didn't have any DVDs. walked to Global Video to buy, they would do external DVDs and stuff, and it was the first Final Destination movie was my first DVD, and to this day I still remember me and the boys watching that. There's maybe 3 or 4 of us, and on the DVD extras there's a death clock game. Like, where I'll need to dig this out and do a video on it because it's hilarious. But it's like a game, like a multiple choice thing, where it asks you like 10 multiple choice questions, and based on your answers, it gives you your death date. So this would have been this would have been like, I don't know, maybe the year 1999, maybe, or 2000. And so there's 4 of us watching it. We're all like, 16 or 17 years old, and 3 of us get like normal death dates where it was like, when we're like 2050, when we're all going to be like in our 70s and 80s and things like that. One of us got the death date of November 2011. Don't panic though. My friend who got that death date is still alive. He's fine.
There we go.
But yeah, we're thinking like, and the irony being like, he gave the healthiest answers, like, how much do you drink? None. How much do you smoke? None. Do you exercise? Yes. So it was like random questions like that, along with some of, like, I can't even remember the rest of them. But the healthiest guy who gave the healthiest answers got a death date of like, 10 years from that day.
Oh, shit. Mystical forces. Yeah, Johnny commercials. Yeah, if his daughter's in like shower scenes, it's not bad. Another year is awful, unfortunately. So we are way behind.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the quote.
No one quite does crazy eyes like Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Officer, I saw the whole thing. When the time has come and the moment is right. Ramses. Never mind Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. We're talking. Oh shit. There's something like old school commercial cinema. Richard Donner had a class as a TV director, but for me, Lethal Weapon will never be repeated as film. We haven't mentioned the score yet.
We haven't. It's literally on the
Michael Kamen went on to do a lot of other action scores after this. Oh, here he goes.
You did. It's a brilliant score.
You son of a bitch.
I need to try and pick up the second one. But yeah, it's this plus like the Eric Clapton is what's he credited as? Music. Oh no, so Eric Clapton gets a co-composer credit. So it's composed by Michael Kamen and Eric Clapton.
Yeah, I think that's the. Because I think he did what? Last Action Hero and Last Boy Scout, and went on to do a lot of action films. Yeah,
the third is I don't dislike it, but it's definitely the last one in the ranking.
Oh yes, he did Lady Hawk, of course.
Ah, yeah. I've only seen that once as a kid. I couldn't tell you anything about it other than
Yeah, it's not the best. Oh, there you go.
I disagree with you, Yorkshire geek.
They're not bad Lethal Weapons. Yeah, I can't say the same with the Die Hard. That is true.
That's a very good point. Yep. The so the Die Hard, 4 and 5 are not great. Die Hard 5 is terrible.
I was so excited to see that when it came out. Another Die Hard film, and then it died quickly. Oh, Lethal Weapon is the favorite. Yes.
Yeah, Lethal.
See, we're way back at the car phone now.
Blitz through some of these comments.
I'm gonna have to pick and choose now, people. So you'll have to do something really good to get highlight. Donna did a great film with a great kids film, The Dark Tale, and Radio Flyers. Yeah, I think Tom Hanks
know that one.
Did the voiceover for that one.
Ah.
It's like an early 90s one, I think. Yeah, it's a kids film. I think it was based on a book. I'll buy William Hurt as Riggs, even less than a janitor and eyewitness. Yes, Spot Joan Severance from See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Yeah, she was covered up in this more than she was in that.
Yeah.
Jeff's never going to watch the show. A lot of quotes. She is in Bird in the Wire as an ex-girlfriend of Mel Gibson and pulls buckshot out of his butt.
Yep.
It is who did that? I forget who directed that one. Yeah, and that's where he gets his ponytail. And the house is down. Oh no.
Not yet.
No, the Blu-rays. I was time it for when the plane gets to the chimney. I remember it wasn't very well received.
I've not heard of that one. Radio Flyers. What was that one of Richard Donner's first movies?
No, it's the middle one.
Ah.
I think between 2 and 3, very thin.
Radio Flyers.
Fans went to an experience with Sylvester Stallone at London. Jonathan Ross moderated it. Yeah, so very much like a talk show.
Yeah, that was. It's one of those ones where it's like if you know what you're expecting and what you've paid for, it's fine. But I think at least the one I went to, which was I think one of the first ones that organisation did, a lot of people thought that there would be more of the celebrity on stage chatting with everyone. It was like it's almost like they've kind of like they pad the event with like the dinner and the music, the jazz band and stuff like that, just so that they can justify the cost of going. When really you don't care about the jazz band, you don't care about the gourmet dinner. You just want to hear Arnie tell stories.
Yes. Gibson drops a homophobic slur here, or just has. Heartbreak Ridge is Clint Eastwood. Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. My bad.
They're almost the same words.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he was third row in the center of the stalls. Pretty close. That's good. Give my right nut to be that close. There you go. Hacksaw Ridge was Mel. I think Ross.
I think both.
Both, yeah. I was going to say. Because
Stallone's probably like 5'9", and Jonathan Ross is
5'8", 5'9" at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
So my height. Hacksaw Ridge. Everyone's shouting Hacksaw Ridge at us back then. Brown roast substance, yeah. Oh yeah, We Were Soldiers. That was a good one. Definitely the first battle in Vietnam for American soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting one because that came out. So that was after Braveheart, but it was directed by the guy who wrote Braveheart, Randall Wallace. And it was, I think Mel Gibson starred, and I think he's got a producer credit on it, but he didn't take on directing duties. Who's the other guy that's in that with him? Greg Kinnear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's ahead of us.
Yeah.
Of the Dolphin Foots. She also sang All Alone on Christmas for Home Alone 2. That's Murtaugh's wife. Yeah. He shrunk. Yeah, so I'm guessing they probably do wear extended shoes. Imagine Pacino's quite short as well. Good evening, Kel.
Extender shoes. How are we doing, Kel?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like a...
That makes sense.
That's an old pro wrestling trick that they used to do with everyone. Like even Andre the Giant, who was a literal giant, they still got him to stand on a box to make him look even taller during interviews.
Yes. Yeah, I remember the 80s. They said Mel Gibson was short. Who was the other guy? It wasn't Tom Cruise. It was... Damn. Maybe it was Mel Gibson. There was a big joke about them being short. He's Captain in Demolition Man, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a cracking movie. Not seen that in a long time.
Yeah, there you go. They're quoting the second film again.
See, I think the second film, I think is ingrained in people's brains a lot more than the first one.
It is definitely
diplomatic immunity, standing on plastic,
Hack-and-Dash.
Yeah,
you're gonna put out an APB on Big Bird. All units, large yellow bird, silly voice. But yeah, Mascara. If you type in Mascara 1987, download into Google, you'll find a copy of it.
Interesting.
Hey, Bal. Absolute classic, yeah? They don't make films like this. Yes, exactly.
They don't. No, they don't. No.
Even Expendables 4 fell short.
I missed that one. I've still not seen that. I missed that. Yeah. And like the reviews weren't amazing, so I kind of like I haven't rushed. I haven't rushed to see it yet. You know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, spoiler is in the mascara description, but that's not what the film's about. It's not a whodunit. You see him done it. It's Columbo style. Hey, Campbell, how are you? Yes, see, fuck you at the driver. Speak to Joshua. Al Young will turn up later. Yeah. Oh, see, just coming out with sequels. No, we've done that. I've done that film twice on Watch Buys now. We'll do a third time next year. What's a horror called Perfect Victims, which is way more offensive than that one. That's a nice one.
With AIDS, who's out to infect his mate. That's dark.
Yeah. Good evening.
How are we doing?
Robofet, Rob, thank you. My first VHS was Logan Run. There we go. First DVD was Sleepy Hollow and A Perfect Storm, which came free with the DVD player. Yeah. Did they give away 4K with 4K players at all?
They did. I was just thinking that I never got as far as saying what my first 4K disc was. I was a little bit late in adopting 4K. I only got 4K discs when I got the PS. I didn't buy a standalone 4K player, but I did get the PS5 when it came out. I think Infinity War would have been my first 4K disc. Because I remember buying that before I had the PS5 because I knew I was getting the PS5. And I was like, well, there's a Blu-ray in the 4K disc, in the 4K box as well. So I'll get that because I'll probably be getting, the PS5 as a 4K player. So I think I'm almost positive Infinity War was my first 4K disc.
Nice. Have you ever seen Martin Short and Danny Glover in Pure Luck? Another mid-90s comedy.
Yep.
No, it's the trailer comes off. It's like here's Danny Glover and he's all cop and guns and then there's a silhouette of this guy with a big mullet and I think and then it shows Martin Short with a big mullet and then his other partner is unavailable, so you got this guy and it's about a story where Martin Short has such bad luck in everything he does. He gets injured and whatever he does and trips and falls, walks and things fall on him no matter what he does. And Glover's been hired by a bloke to find his daughter who went to Mexico and has such bad luck. So the plan was to bring the man that has the worst luck, take him to South America. So he has all the bad luck to end up in the same place. And of course it works.
That's a lot to take in. That's slightly longer than the 60-second elevator pitch.
Sorry about that. No dice. Deborah Shelton from Body Double. I don't remember. That's what they're on about. Yeah. Still banned, I bet. Cayman and Eric Clapton, yes. It's also called Hemorrhage, yeah.
It is,
I should have stopped at 3.
Like the hook, the guitar hook, like the main cue, the main theme from the Lethal Weapon score, it is very iconic. Like even talking about like the cameo in Maverick, like the 5 seconds of music is like 6 notes, and you're like, oh, that's the Lethal Weapon. It's it's brilliant. It's really good. It's really good.
So if you want to see more of Joan Severance, check out Payback with C. Thomas Howell.
Not
Popeye,
Payback.
Popeye. Oh, no, Popeye.
Not Payback.
Alfred, this is Alfred. Alfred, say hi. Hey, Russell. Thanks for joining us.
How we doing?
Oh, she got him out. Especially.
Yes, the 80s. The 80s were a different time.
Yeah, now it's Christmas where Huntsack has been shot while holding the eggnog. There
you go. Another Christmas movie.
Yes, this as well. So yeah, they say girl on girl is disgusting when they're at the shooting range. When they're obviously lying to each other.
Did they not say it ironically?
I don't know. They says it quite serious.
Oh.
So yeah, what happens if it was the two girls together? Oh, that's disgusting. But yes, if that's probably what happened. But I obviously never saw the Electric Blue videos back in the day.
Of course not.
Before your time, yeah. A range of adult material.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I thought, yeah, you're a good lad. The mullet must have added a
That's
few
my
inches.
story
Yeah,
in a
that's
second.
he's got big hair in this, isn't he? Because he
Yeah.
always showed that meme where Mel Gibson being interviewed with his big hair and a cigarette, and it's like 80s moms didn't care
80s
about
mums,
what
yeah.
their kids were
80s
up to.
mums watching their kids open Christmas presents, and it's a shot of Mel Gibson having a cigarette. That's brilliant. Yeah.
That's it. Yes, Michael J. Fox had to be, because, yeah, Christopher Lloyd's quite tall.
Yeah. Did you see his documentary that was on, was it Apple TV or Prime? It was on Apple TV.
No.
What's it called?
Is it the one about Michael?
Yeah, the Michael J. Fox documentary. It's really good. I'm sure it's Apple TV that it's on.
Is it a bit sad?
I mean, yes, because, it's about Parkinson's. But, he's still with us. But it's really interesting because it shows like they don't shy away from anything. Like, they show him losing his temper and getting depressed about it. It's really well the way they shoot it, the way they film it. Is a total tangent, but like, what is it called? We need to Google what it's called. But anyway, the Michael J. Fox documentary that's on Apple TV. They use the kind of like the. How in a documentary someone will be sitting and they'll tell a story and they might cut to like a dramatic reconstruction of it. So they do that, but instead of a dramatic reconstruction, they just cut to like scenes from his movies that fit the story that fit the story that he's telling. I've never seen a documentary done like that. It's really good. It's really good.
Nice. Yeah, I know there's like the Val Kilmer one as well, but
yeah, that was pretty good. The Val Kilmer one was a good if standard documentary, but the Michael J. Fox one, it does something different and fresh with the format, with the genre of a documentary. It's really good. It's really good.
Now, we've been on about the acting, we've been on about the directing. What about the editing? As Dr. Boswell brings up, Stuart Baird did the editing for this. Now, does that make someone having him? Because he has done. Let's pick out the best ones. He did Skyfall.
Yeah, that name rings a bell.
Casino Royale, Maverick, Demolition Man. He did Last Boy Scout Showdown in Little Tokyo. He re-edited that one to make it watchable. Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon. Yeah, all Outland, Superman 2, Superman 1, Omen. They make a big difference, do they? Editors.
So he did a re-edit of Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, I think he was brought in because it was a mess of a film, and he made it into a great film.
I know it's a cheesy.
It's about 80 minutes as well.
Straight to. Was it straight to video in the UK?
I think it was in the UK.
Yeah, but like that's to be fair, I've not seen it in a long time, so there might be a bit of like nostalgia going on there. But like, I do remember thinking that's a brilliant movie. That's a brilliant action movie.
Oh dear, Kel wants more karaoke. We'll see.
No, you don't want me on karaoke.
No, the pipes. No, that's
Scarface for the first Blu-ray. That's interesting. Like that, your first Blu-ray was an older movie.
Oh, Clifford with Martin Short. Yeah, that's a terrible film.
Martin
Martin Short as a 40-year-old man playing a 10-year-old boy. Charles Grodin.
Not really saying it.
Oh, Russell's was Deep Mean Streets, is it?
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you jump on the Laserdisc train?
No. I was in darkest Wales, so we didn't have technology as such as that. So I never opened those.
I never jumped on Laserdisc either. I was VHS straight to DVD. But I'm sure by the time I knew what Laserdisc was, like DVD was already there.
I was the same. I didn't see any Laserdiscs in shops or anywhere I went to.
I think I'm sure I did see them in the big HMV in Glasgow. I'm sure, or was it maybe Tower Records? I saw them in one big shop.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But like you're looking at like the kind of little shelf of Laserdiscs here, and then there's an array of DVDs over here.
Yeah. But yeah, they were the bee's knees.
Yeah.
In the day.
I think the only thing that kind of like that made me look into Laserdisc was I think at a certain point the only way you could watch like the director's cuts of Aliens and Terminator
Yes.
2, I think was Laserdisc. I think that was the only way you could watch them. And they were really touting the THX badge, you know.
Yeah. If you wanted proper sound and widescreen and very good quality picture. Yeah, see, the daughter's video looks like an Electric Blue special. See, Michael Myers is a dirty old man. Crime Watch a lot cheaper than Electric Blue. See, Kel's first video was Gremlins. First DVD was Lethal Weapon. First Blu-ray was 7.
Interesting.
Yes.
The first, so not the first DVD I owned, but the first, because that was Final Destination. But the first DVD I watched was 7.
That's a good
Like
one.
in my brother's office, they had a PC with a DVD drive, and one of the guys in the office had bought like a stack of like 10 DVDs. And I remember covering the phones in my brother's office one day when I was like, 16, 17 maybe. And when I say covering the phones, I was watching the stack of DVDs that the guy had. Just like the phone would ring, I was like, "Yep, oh, hang on, click."
Hang on. Oh, here we go. Story's kicking in. Mr. Joshua's finding out
Yeah.
the plans to go ahead. Michael J. Fox in the Canadian revenge film Class of '84 with Perry King and Roddy McDowall was good, even though he's credited as Michael Fox. Yeah, his early work, he was Michael Fox.
Interesting.
He did quite a few films before Back to the Future, but they're not good. Basically, this thing for quite a long time, but no one bought them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll probably get them for most of the 90s if you could afford the players.
Yeah.
First VHS was Poltergeist.
Oh, has he got it? Can he find it?
Fine. It'll be a different version, but there you go.
There you go.
Now, the story they talk about here is Air America. Have you seen Air America?
I have, yes.
You got the book?
There you go.
So yeah, I saw that in the cinema. Bloody hell. That was 90. Yeah, no date on it. No.
Yeah, so that was like in between Lethal Weapon 2 and 3, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where Mel Gibson met Robert Downey Jr. and then helped Robert Downey Jr. overcome his troubles. And Robert Downey Jr. is trying to do the same for him. There you go. There's his Air America reference. I went to the cinema Timeline. Oh, because Timeline. Right, Donna. I walked out after 30 minutes. Yeah, that wasn't.
No, that wasn't great.
But the book is good, but it works. But yeah, they tried to make it into a film and it didn't work. Class of '84.
Hang on, so you avoided Lethal Weapon 2 because of Joe Pesci?
Oh, who says that?
Go back, Doctor.
I missed that. Sorry, I got right on my way. I can see that.
That's a hot
he's
take.
Supposed to be annoying.
That's a hot take, I would say. I think like most people remember him as being like a highlight of Lethal Weapon 2. Although as I say that, I kind of get what you're saying, because I think one of the reasons I didn't like 3 as much was Joe Pesci. I think in 2, he stayed on the right side of that fine line between funny and annoying, whereas in 3, he was just annoying.
Yes, he was. They brought him back for too much. Yeah, he's got this sad story at the end of 4 about his frog he runs over on his bike, which is Pesci. It worked. He tells it so well. I say it. It doesn't sound like, but he says it because his best friend.
I think one of the things that Part 3 and even Part 4 to an extent with Chris Rock is like they're trying to make it too funny and bring in too many fresh faces.
Yeah, and then the baby thing at the end, and
like every minute of screen time you give to someone who's not Riggs or Murtaugh is a minute of screen time that you're not got of Riggs and Murtaugh. Like 1 and 2 work so well because of the chemistry between those two guys. Bringing in more people, just that because
they get the whole family and involved.
Ultimately, and I remember, even though I like 4, but mainly because of Jet Li, I remember the marketing campaign for 4 was unique in the UK at the time, because they were doing that thing where they would show you the trailer, but they would also cut to shots of like the cast members talking to camera,
Okay, yes.
which was weird. Like I remember Chris Rock in character, in costume, like, you know, like in a scene, but then he would turn to camera and be like, you know, it's about, what was the line he said? It was like, it's about time they brought some new blood into this. I just hope it's not coming out of me. And you can tell, even Chris Rock, you can tell he's saying that line through gritty teeth because it's a cheesy, like crass marketing like line that they're putting in a trailer.
Yeah. So just never mind how good the actor is. It never comes across as real, or it probably fools the Americans. But
surely your first DVD should have been Halloween, Michael. Come on.
Hey, he was in it. He can't watch his own work. But yeah, that was even out on that an US import, because I can't imagine it being widely available in the UK. They were all video nasties, though.
I wish I could my old play.com like account, like I wish I could find that somewhere and see all just the sheer volume of DVDs that I bought from that website.
Yeah, it was like 6 months they were coming out in the cinema. I'd already seen it on DVD.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like, I think my before I stopped DVD and started collecting Blu-ray, I'm sure I got to over 1,000 DVDs, and like, you know, I would venture that like at least half of them were from Play.com, like Region 1 imports. You know.
Yeah, especially the Disney films, because Britain were getting them like a year later.
Yeah,
from America back then in the 2000s, so you could watch it way before it even thought.
And the special features on the Region 1 DVDs just seem to be much more plentiful than like the UK. Like the UK would just get, it would be a vanilla disc and that was it. Whereas the Region 1 had, whether it was a flipper disc or a separate disc, but they had, like, you know, an abundance of special features. Hated Mel Gibson's
biopic. Did he do a biopic of this?
Did he?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
If that's a joke, it's gone over my head.
I know he played the video game in the third film. He was a bit too silly.
Yeah. And and that stupid. What was it? He did stupid blonde haircut, and he was a real estate agent or something, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Like
the character in 2 as like a mob informant. Like, you buy that. That makes sense. But, you know, as a kind of like Beverly Hills, you know, real estate agent guy, you're just like, that's.
Yeah, definitely lost its edge in the fourth film, because with Murtaugh killing kids in the third one, so it still had some darkness. I guess.
That's really
massacred.
Yeah,
it's a smoker.
The funeral scene in 3, like the line that the mum says, always stuck with me. Like, you find the man that put the gun in my son's hand. Like,
yes, and then we get the montage. Chris Rock and Joe Pesci, and
it's probably. I mean, their dynamic was probably my least favorite of Part 4.
Ooh.
There
you go.
So you avoided Lethal Weapon 2 in 1989. Have you saw it since?
Since renting it, I can even hear the sound of these gunshots I've seen.
Gary Busey.
You got Joshua in the sights.
I wonder what he's going to
do. Fuck you through the drive-thru scene. Bronson Pesci is the best. Yeah. There was a UK trailer for Red Heat.
Yes, I remember seeing that as well. That was weird.
That.
It was like a TV spot. That they put out. It was weird. Yeah. Like, it felt like forced banter that, like, clearly it's not been written by anyone who's got anything to do with the movie. It's just like the distributors are just like, guys, you know, put the costumes on and be in character, but promote the movie. And you're just like, what?
Oh yeah, there it is. I got it. It's on my channel 10 months ago. Yeah, because he's in character drinking tea. I've been put with this Russian guy. He's over here to arrest some drug dealers, and I got to help him. sort of nonsense. Telling you that story. Yeah, they know you're not going to turn around and go back. Enough. Public Eye. Yes, that's a good Pesci film where he's a photographer in like the 30s and 40s for the gangsters.
I don't know that
For a
one.
newspaper, take pictures of dead gangsters, and then he gets involved with a gangster's mole.
Ah, I've never even heard of that one.
That's a very good film.
The Public Eye. Hang on, let me write that one down.
I don't know if it's available on a disc, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, that was.
Public Eye.
It's definitely as far from Leo gets as you can get.
Joe Pesci and Barbara Hershey. I'm looking at the poster on IMDb, and I've never even heard of that movie.
It's not the DVD at Red Heat.
Interesting.
Yeah, straight from the Stooges. He is a big fan. I think Mel's a fan of the Stooges. So. Yeah, I don't know. I've been to a Subway that has a drive-through.
Yeah, we didn't even have Subway in the UK at that time, did we?
Not that time, no.
No.
Not
I remember
we
even.
barely had a McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember the first Subway in at least in Glasgow. Like it was like the early 2000s or something. No, they're everywhere.
When's the last time you had one? They're not working.
Say again.
When's the last time you had one?
Oh, I'm quite a big Subway fan. I've like probably 2 or 3 days ago I had one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, see if you like if you're trying to eat healthy, but like it's just fast food joints like Subway's out. So, if you've got McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Greg's, or a Subway, like if you're trying to not stuff your face too much, Subway's a good.
All right, salute to Al Young, henchman extraordinaire. Sorry, Endo.
Yeah, this is the scene that, like, for the longest time, basically just I'd never actually seen this scene because it goes from this chat to one touch, and then it basically cuts to Mel Gibson like crashing through. Like you don't see any of the torture at all.
Your fragile mind couldn't handle it. You see, that's what they're protecting. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but Pesci can put heads in vices and casinos.
The ITVs. Oh, hang on.
Someone's at the front door.
That's someone at the front door.
Pizza dude.
That's all right. I don't need to get it. We're all good.
I never saw The Public Eye. Remember the video cover from time. The cover, yeah. I guess Chinatown is a good example. It is a detective story as such. But it's very cleverly done and well cinematographied. That's a word. Now we're getting into the casino. Goodfellas. Pesci. Oh yeah, Pesci was in Gone Fishing with Danny Glover. That's a good funny film.
Do you know what's funny? Of all the movies you're talking about, I've seen Gone Fishing.
Cousin Vinny's good as well. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Easy Money or 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag.
I've seen 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag. That's pretty good. That's very good. Gone Fishing. What's the one? Oh, it's not Gone. Is it Gone Fishing? Is that Gone Fishing? Is that the one that's got Danny Glover in it as well?
Yeah, that's got Danny Glover in it.
Or am I thinking of? Why am I thinking of what's the movie Operation Dumbo Drop?
Oh, that's
something like that.
That's got. I think Danny Glover's in that, and then Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I'm getting those 2 movies mixed up.
I don't think I could be wrong, but yeah, I think Dennis
that's
Leary
like
is
none
a
of
weird
this.
Disney film with all these hard men in it.
Like what's on your screen just now? None of this existed in the edit.
The torches. Yeah.
Like.
What about the salt in the wounds?
No, again, like it wasn't until I saw the Region 1 DVD, like that I saw any of these shots.
Yeah. So you got Go Spit. That's also mentioned in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Al Young, indeed.
So it is.
His face is kind of him. Isn't it? Oh, a joke.
Yes. Always check. I always
Do you? I never do. I have faith.
No, they look at me like, how dare you check this? Do you not trust me? But I don't.
I never have a massive order, so I guess
I don't even drive up like to the next bit to wait. I'll just like they'll hand it to me and I'll look at it in front of them because
Oh, it's
like
you, is it? That's holding
Yep.
up the queue.
it's me that's holding up the queue because I want to make sure those goddamn get my food order right.
Oh yeah, Dinner Next to the Bronx. I still haven't seen it. It's on my list to watch as well. Yes, there you go. Daniel Harris is watching this bit
That's right.
in Last Boy Scout. Yeah.
I just made the connection that is Danielle Harris, who's in like Halloween, 5 and 6, something like that.
And Marked for Death.
Yeah, and then she's in. Is it the first Rob Zombie Halloween she's in as well, or the second
I
one?
think
She's in one of them.
She's in both, I think.
Was she in both?
Or a character is, but she gets killed in the second. Spoilers, naked.
That's right. That's the second one. Yeah.
Yes. So, it's a Howard Franklin film. He wrote in the Name of the Rose. That's a good detective.
Yeah.
Set in the Dark Ages. I saw that book in the charity shop today, but I didn't pick it up. It was quite thick. It was the original story, but saying that I bought Blade Runner. We used to light a cold one.
I used to love the meatball.
The meatball club, yeah.
They've changed. This is like it's like I went on a rant the other day about this. They've changed the meatball recipe to something.
The sauce.
It's just not as the sauce probably. It's just not as nice. Like, and I used to love a meatball and cheese from Subway. Like that was my go-to. But yeah, they've changed it. It's not nice anymore. God damn you, Subway.
Oh, I forgot to mention is so Shane Black wrote the original story to this, or the script. He also, because he was in Predator, he was working on it. Oh, there's Dar Robinson, the blonde guy that gets shot doing his falls, which he's famous for. But it was a very dark film. So they brought in Jeffrey Boehm, who'd worked with Donna on other stuff, to brighten it up a bit. So, because I think the original story has the fights at the Hollywood sign. There's a tanker full of cocaine that explodes, and then it floats down on LA, so it looks like it's snowing.
Like it's snowing, yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot less humor in the original version. And then Jeffrey Boehm, the story for the second film came from Shane Black, but again, his original script was too dark, the whole thing, so they just took the bits of it, and Jeffrey Boehm worked his magic again. I think he wrote the third film on his own without a Shane Black credit. Yeah, My Cousin Vinny's a good film. Your Two Utes. Let's get the flock out of here. I ruined the punchline.
Who wrote Lethal Weapon 4 then? Do we know?
I knew you were it's not in my. It's probably Jeffrey Boehm, I should imagine, but someone took a long time to get to the scene.
Shane Black, Jonathan Lemkin, and Alfred Goff are on the writers' credits on IMDb.
I don't think I've got a.
Oh no, Channing Gibson wrote the screenplay. Channing Gibson.
That makes sense.
That's
completely
any relation to Mel Gibson?
Could be. So
Channing Gibson, known for Lethal Weapon 4, Saint Elsewhere, and NYPD Blue.
Debbie does. Which film is it?
And the only bit of trivia he has is that he graduated from Yale University. So probably not a relation to Mel Gibson, because they would put that in the trivia page, I would think.
Yes. So this is LA. This was filmed, I think it was in autumn, but they put the decorations up early, the Christmas decorations up early, so they could film all these scenes. Riggs.
It's not a Lethal Weapon movie if you don't have Mel Gibson half-dressed running on a dark road with a machine gun.
That's another thing. If you watch some scenes, he's got his cowboy boots on, and some scenes he's in trainers.
Yeah.
Even though I think in the second one you see him run in the cowboy boots, so he can certainly shift.
Yeah.
I couldn't run in them.
Another thing that my 13-year-old stepdaughter pointed out when, along with the mobile phone thing, when I was watching this earlier this year, the boots that Mel Gibson wears are quote unquote disgusting. So they're
Oh, there he is in his trainers. And then.
wait, hang on. What are we talking about? Former Morph.
Oh, that's Bronx Tale. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was just like, hang on, what? Lethal Weapon is the most realistic mod movie? I did not know that one.
Bronson loves his. Okay, there you go. Along with Donnie Brasco. Ooh, that's the most authentic.
Trainers, there you go.
Yeah. Trouble is, I'm never much in a mood for gangster films.
I don't dislike. It's not my go-to genre.
Yeah, I same with westerns. Unfortunately for Brosnan, Jeff there.
Yeah, no westerns. I've never been a big fan of westerns. Unforgiven is really good, and what was that one recently with Kurt Russell that was like stupidly barbaric and violent, but like
Bone Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk. Yeah. Like I suppose you would call that a western.
Yeah, it was shocking.
Like,
that one.
Yeah, like quiet, slow, quiet, slow, and then just like, oh my god, this is like Cannibal Holocaust at the end,
But yes, Jeff has a podcast on westerns. If you want to study and learn the good ones.
No offense, Jeff, I probably won't be picking that one up.
Don't Mel? Yes, Mel was supposed to die at the end of the second.
Yep,
but
I do remember reading that. Yeah. Like how many years were there between? How many years between 2 and 3? Because number 3 was like what 97, I think, or was it 96?
It was only that, wasn't it? God damn it! None of these things are dates. Someone mentioned it. Oh, his name gets mentioned in Goodfellas. There you go.
Hang on, I've got it here.
You go.
So
yes, Last Boy Scouts last half was completely changed when they made it. Yeah, that's another film. Most of Shane Black's films, he gets millions of pounds for, but he makes really dark, serious thrillers, and completely change them into 90s action films like Last Boy Scout and Long Kiss Goodnight.
Like, did they not? Was it not a big deal in the news, at least in entertainment news? Like, for his fee for the Last Boy Scout was like the highest paid writer's fee, like ever by far. Like he got something like what, 5 million or something like that, which was unheard of.
A lot of money he got for that. Yeah,
unheard of. Yeah. And, it's a decent movie. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Blue Jean Cop or Shakedown, as it's also known?
Yeah.
Film. Is that New York? No, that's LA as well, isn't it? Yeah,
it's LA. Yeah.
Similar to this, as a big ending in the main streets of LA. Amanda Sante in Gotti, not John Travolta. Donnie Brasco.
I've actually seen that one, yeah. The Amanda Sante one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trying to think how far back it is if I've seen it. But yeah, Donnie Brasco with Al Pacino, which talking of Jeff, he will be doing his Al Pacino reviews again in January. Yeah,
that's a good line. That is a good line.
What is it? Because military folk were saying that when people bite a grenade and pull the pin out of their mouth, it would pull all their teeth out because the amount of pressure did. Yeah, this one just fell out. Now it's snowing on a little bit, but I don't think it's supposed to be cocaine because you come through the smoke and they're all white, but they never even register that it could be mountains of cocaine raining down. Although maybe that's why Mel Gibson ran so fast.
Maybe, yeah.
Sorry, Mike. When the car crashes through the bus stop, there's a load of crew in the background. I keep forgetting to look for that one. I'm too busy focusing on the film. Yeah, I've heard that.
Look at all that cocaine.
No, I'm getting behind again.
Yeah, so there was so Lethal Weapon 2 was 89, and then Lethal Weapon 3 was 92. Wow, was that quick?
I thought it was early. Oh, there we go.
God, in my mind, it was like much sooner than that. Oh no, I'm thinking it's Lethal Weapon 4. It's 1998. That must be what was in my head.
Okay, because that's what 25 years ago now. Bloody hell.
Yeah, God, no wonder I didn't see Lethal Weapon 3 in the cinema. I was 9.
If I was ahead on the chat. Who's Michael Francis? Oh, so real life former mobster. Yeah, I've seen him on YouTube. I've seen a few of his things where I look at reviews and he rates how realistic gangster films are.
I don't know if I've seen that specific guy, but I've seen videos like that on YouTube. So
yeah, there's a few of them, isn't there? A few different guys now reformed.
Oh, Russell is telling us the fight scene took 7 nights to film, not 4. So one of you guys is wrong. One of you guys is wrong. Fight. Have a fight about the fight scene.
That's reenact it. I think Esterhaus. Oh yes, Esterhaus got a lot for Basic Instinct, and then
really
lost all his money. Yeah, he was hot shit by then because he did. What was it?
So the script for Basic Instinct was at the time the most expensive script that was bought.
Yeah, him and Black in the early 90s made a mint.
Wow.
I know Black didn't like it because he felt alienated from the other writers who were not getting that much money.
Yeah. I'm sure he can wipe his ears with his $1 million bills.
Yeah, because what did Esterhaus did Jagged Edge? Did he do Fatal Attraction? I can't remember now. Stuff like that, and then built his way up. And that's the gangsters doing motivational speaking. Like, don't join the mob. Yeah, have a look at it. He's done some mention. He reacts to like scenes and films. Anyone seen the old mob film with Al Capone, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre with Jason Robards, Jack Nicholson? Oh, it's a Roger Corman film.
No, never heard of that.
I remember. I know that films of it, but I don't think I've seen one. There you go.
This is watching the fight scene here. The line that he says there, how about it? Do you want a shot at the title?
Yeah.
It reminds me, like, as a kid, you take things so literally when you're watching movies. Because I remember the first probably couple of times I saw this, I was like, wait, so is he like a boxing champion as well? Like, I remember in my brain, I remember thinking, like, what title does he have? Like, is he a karate champion and he's going to give him his belt? I kept thinking, this is weird. They're having like a karate competition at the same time.
Because they're doing, was it the Brazilian martial arts they're doing?
Are they?
I never remember. It's supposed to be
Capoeira.
But it's hard to tell because it's not the best.
I thought it was just like regular jiu-jitsu.
Well, it's a bit of everything probably. But I think it's the hold at the end, especially. Well, they said he doesn't do it right, but then they said if he did do it right, he would have killed Gary Busey. Yeah. But it's very chaotic filming. This, I don't know, it's close-ups and quick cuts.
Yeah, like these head
on the lens.
Yeah, like the version of the fight scene that I saw in the ITV cut was like half the length of that. Like the headbutt did not exist in that edit.
Oh yes, no headbutts. Can't have headbutts for some reason.
No,
or ear slaps or
which is odd given that we're in Scotland and we're not allowed headbutts.
Should be the what is it called? The martial arts of fuck you. It's mostly headbutting and kicking people when they're on the floor.
Whatever gets the job done. You can keep your fancy martial arts. So,
oh yes, he did debunk Irishman. I did see that video.
What was the Steven Seagal comment? Steven Dirty Pants Seagal.
Well, yeah, they keep saying recently Seagal's all the films he's made in the last 20 years are made with mob money, and he's been forced to do them and stuff like that. Allegedly.
I think that's an excuse he's putting out there.
Oh, Stuart Wilson, yes. No Escape with Ray Liotta. Have you seen that one?
Oh, that is a good movie. That is a good movie. Yeah, aye. Because it's got the same bad guy as Lethal Weapon 3 as the bad guy in that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And
is that Stuart Wilson? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, that's him, Stuart Wilson.
Right.
And a lot of stuff around that time.
Yeah. No Escape's a good movie. In it,
I think.
It's what he is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one I saw in the cinema.
I took some flack for a video that I did a while ago I was doing it was an unboxing of, I can't remember, it was something that Lance Henriksen is in, and I'm talking about, you know, whatever it was I'm unboxing, and I'm saying, oh yep, and there's the late great Lance Henriksen, because in my mind it was, and then like the next day there was like comments and like, Lance Henriksen's not dead, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh shit, sorry.
He is great. I've seen him at a Comic-Con, only in passing. He's quite bow-legged these days.
What was it? Oh, it was probably Hard Target. Because I was flipping through the booklet that comes with it, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's Lance Henriksen, the late great Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, we've all made videos like that. Oh yes, he did Nowhere to Run. Esther Has wrote that.
The Van Damme movie?
Yeah. Stephen Dirty Underwear. So, yeah, he won't come on my channel if you're all nasty to him. Definitely don't get any martial arts fights from this fight. It's not.
There's a little bit of like kicking, karate, taekwondo type stuff.
Yeah, there's a few moves, isn't there?
Yeah.
Definitely. And then here we go. Joshua's down. Oh,
Traitor. I remember seeing the trailer for that.
Ah, nice.
Like it looked like a TV movie, if I remember rightly.
That's all right. That's for being a member, Jeff. Mullet food.
Mullet food.
Yeah.
Mullet food.
That's why Mel Gibson
Gary Busey didn't have enough hair to win that fight.
He went for the so you can't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Have your throat cut. Bow bow. Bow bow.
Yeah, talking of, you know, throat rips, I'm like, when's the Roadhouse remake coming out?
Yeah, it's been on the cast for years. I'm sure they've filmed it and done it by now. But
like, I remember seeing, like, you know, the behind the scenes stuff at one of the UFC fights 4 years ago. You know,
it's like Jake Gyllenhaal got all buff years ago, didn't he, to make it? And then
I think that's
they're saying it's not a remake and it doesn't follow the story, so it's just called Roadhouse for no reason. Although it's probably going to be better than Roadhouse 2 was.
They made a Roadhouse 2?
Yeah. Terrible. No, I don't. Well, I can't remember now. Not you'd recognize their faces probably, but then it's Roadhouse 2. It's his son. Is
so not Sam Elliott, Patrick Swayze, or the chick.
Well, spoilers: Sam Elliott died in the first one.
We did. You can bring him back.
Yeah, Dalton's dead too. He's got killed off. So it's his son, who's an FBI agent who goes undercover in a bar as a cooler to solve the crime about gun money or something. There's a Backdraft 2 as well as 8mm 2. Lots of straight-to-video sequels. You have a nice Christmas, though. It definitely sounds Australian there when he says,
"Yeah, have a nice Christmas."
There we go. That sounds interesting. There's an Indicator Blu-ray of St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I haven't seen any of these old gangs films. There's Corman Scarface. No, is it Al Capone film? I can't remember now, with Stallone in it from the 70s. I've got to watch, but he's only in it a little bit. Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, that was slated on release, and now it's one of those hailed as the classics.
I wonder, like, if someone on the internet has like tallied up the cost of all the destruction to the Murtaugh family home over the movie.
Yeah, when you tell the insurance company, someone drove a house, shot at the doors, and drove a car to it.
Their insurance premiums must be ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't. Josh was out, and then we killed him on the lawn.
Yeah, so we need fire, we need fire cover, we need hurricane cover, we need crazy drug runner driving a car through the window cover. We need explosives in the toilet cover.
Yes, that's the other one, isn't it?
Wow, that flew by.
It did. I thought, it's such a good film. I thought 2 hours.
I am absolutely, maybe not tonight, but I'm going to watch Lethal Weapon 2 like either tonight or tomorrow. It's totally putting me in the mood to watch Lethal Weapon 2.
Right, hang on. Before I get back to that, I'm going to read the credits. Who's in here? The Mercenaries. Anyone we recognize before they were famous?
Al Leong, but
Cheryl Baker was the girl in the shower. I don't think it's the UK Cheryl Bakers, but
probably not.
I'll have to rewind it if it was.
Hang on, there's one.
Burbank the cat.
Burbank the cat as Sam the dog. That's an interesting one.
And there's the world's industry's greatest stuntman, and then here we go. Who else is there? So Darl Robinson,
Glenn Wildner.
Don't recognize Glenn. Yes, 2 Wildners, 2 Randell. Oh no, it's a Rondell and a Randell. No.
Remember my
Jeff Amada. I know him. He's
my brother and I used to. This is how kids used to pass the time in the 80s. Kids, we used to watch the credits of movies and like count up. So I'm James or Jimmy, and my brother's John. We would count up how many Johns and how many Jameses there were, and see who would win. Because before you had the internet, that's what you did for fun.
How sad, pathetic. I used to read it up in this.
Very good, very good.
But yeah, let's have a look. Lethal Weapon.
Mel Gibson's hairstyle created by Ramsey. So Ramsey is responsible for that mullet.
It was all the fashion, or it started the fashion. One of them.
Just noticing as well. So Michael Kamen gets a sole credit for the score in the credits.
Special Technovisor, Capoeira, Brazilian Jitsu, Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah. That still holds up. Like there's nothing about that like I wouldn't say that's dated really. Other than the slightly racist comment at one point. But yeah, that holds up pretty well, I think, considering it's what 1980.
The bag of stuff.
What year? 1987.
The anti-lesbian. What else?
I still think that was a joke. That was in jest.
Yeah, I guess they haven't seen the shower scene yet.
I'll take on the racism one as you shouldn't. That was a blatant racism one, but yeah. But no, I think that still holds up.
Yeah. So, style masquerading as content, says Daily Variety of this film.
Wow. Daily Variety is wrong.
Extremely violent policia, which caters to the Rambo crowd, but has enough pizzazz to recommend it to most classes.
Here's a quiz for you, then, Gareth.
I'm not ready.
What score on IMDb does it have?
Oh shit! I didn't look. Hang on.
Now I'll give you a clue. It's not really a clue. There's a decimal, so it's something something out of 10.
I'm guessing 8.
Ooh, no, 7.6.
Oh,
so the first one gets a 7.6 out of 10. What do you think Lethal Weapon 2 gets on IMDb?
I don't think higher than the 6. 6.5.
7.3. So IMDb has Lethal Weapon 1 7.6. It's got Lethal Weapon 2 7.3. Lethal Weapon 3. What would you think that is given that?
Oh, that's gonna be low. That's gonna be 6.
Yeah, 6.7. And then is my theory correct? Is Lethal Weapon 4 rated higher than Lethal Weapon 3?
Ooh, no.
It's not. It's got a 6.6. So
I hate to say it.
The IMDb scores basically have it as a law of diminishing returns. Yes. they've got 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 in that order. But it's not the first time that IMDb would be wrong.
Roadhouse 2 shithouse. Yes, it was. Scarface all day. Oh yeah, Michael. God bless Virginia Bell for making the cigar shit his pants. Yes, if they had mobile phones. Have you seen OG? I don't think he had you, Jeff? But oh, he has. It was me that hasn't seen it then.
I've seen the OG Scarface. That was like we did a double bill at uni watching both of them.
Ah.
It was one of those days where you're just like, does this really work?
I think it's Capone with Ben Groza. Billy Drago. Yeah, he's passed away, hasn't he? Billy Drago, unfortunately.
Who's that?
Billy Drago played Frank Nitti, the white suited guy in Untouchables and Tremors and 3, I think. The one Back in Time.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Tremors box set down there, I've not opened it up yet.
oh, how many does it go up to?
I think it's got all of them plus the TV show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which TV show? There's only one, the 90s one, isn't there?
Yeah.
No,
They did that. Did they not shoot a pilot recently?
They did, the Kevin Bacon one, but yeah, no one's
Yeah.
ever seen that, unfortunately.
So, like, that's not on it, I don't think. But it's got all 6 movies. Is it 6? Anyway, whichever one they brought out, like, you know, a few months ago, is the box set that's down there that I've not opened up yet.
I'm telling them. He says it's a Christmas movie. Yes, my wife and children, I know nothing. See, Michael's has still got that one. Oh, his red. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was. So I'm guessing if they didn't like Lethal Weapon 1, they're not going to like 2, 3, and 4, are they?
Yeah.
Big date on the front. 1998. A filmic the Fountain of Knowledge, says The Guardian.
Halliwell's Film Guide.
Back in the day. Ah, yes. Oh, the Untouchables telly show, which, yeah, the film is a remake of, isn't it? Good evening, Don. Yeah, just got here for the credits. Start over. Well, we could do Lethal Weapon 2, but it's a school night.
We could do. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that. If not tonight, I'm going to watch that tomorrow at some point. Although, tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it?
Yes, it's already getting to Christmas.
I think if it's out, I think I'm going to go and see Aquaman tomorrow. Because, and don't laugh.
I'm laughing.
I've been holding off on doing my, like, you know, top 5 movies of the year, just in case Aquaman 2 ends up being amazing.
It's supposed to be a buddy cop film, isn't it?
It's probably not, but I did quite enjoy the first one. But yeah, I've been holding off on doing my. I still need to see Godzilla -1 and Aquaman 2. Once I've seen them 2, I can do my top 5 of the year. Okay, because you never know. Aquaman 2 might be.
It could be good. I am hoping it's good and it's entertaining.
You never know. You never know. So yeah, I think we're going to go and see that tomorrow if it's out. If it's out tomorrow, and then Friday night is the semi-annual trip to the cinema to see Die Hard.
See, I'm hoping to go on Friday night, but we'll see. Because it's the only one I'm at the 4 I haven't seen. 5 or no, 2, sorry, 3 or whatever it is. I haven't seen.
Yeah, so obviously didn't see Die Hard 1 in the cinema when it came out, but I've seen it as a Christmas showing a couple of times over the years. Like it's quite fun. Like, depending on the show you go to, like if you go to like a wee art house cinema, an independent cinema that's showing it, it's almost like a sing along event. People go in cosplay and stuff like that, you know, to watch Die Hard. It's a good laugh.
Halliwell is, yeah, he doesn't know everything. 6.1. Oh, I'm way behind. Jerry Halliwell's film guide. What's she in? She was in a film this year. Was it Gran Turismo as the mum?
I never saw that this year. So that definitely wouldn't make my top 5 of the year because I never saw it.
Mission to Moscow, yeah. Police Academy.
I remember seeing that in cinema, Mission to Moscow. That was on my primary 7 cinema trip. That was the movie that we went to see.
I don't think I saw 2 onwards and not Moscow in the cinema. Oh, so Kevin Bacon's. Yes, Beverly Hills Cop does look good if they can keep it the same. If they haven't just
Eddie
changed it.
Murphy's youthful looks as well. I mean, the dude's like what, 65, and he looks like he looks younger than us.
Oh, pretty good one. Ireland got knocked out by New Zealand. I'm guessing that's a sport thing.
Okay.
It's either rugby, cricket, or
that's a random one.
Can't stand Netflix. Will be pissed off. I can't see it in the cinema. That's Beverly Hills Cop 4, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I saw Hoffer in the cinema. Die Hard showing at Christmas. Why would it be shown at that time? Yes, well, it came out originally in June of 88. Although it came out in Britain in the cinemas in February 1989.
Yeah.
We had to wait nearly a year for it. Not
I remember
Dinosaur.
having the original Die Hard on VHS, and it had the trailer for Die Hard 2
Yes.
on it, and I must have watched that dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I saw the trailer for Die Hard 2 100 times before I saw the movie. And I think on that same VHS was the trailer for whatever Elm Street movie was coming out like that year as well. I think.
Yeah, that would.
I think it was 2 or maybe 3. But
Elm
yeah,
Street.
yeah.
It's going to be at least 5 or so. By Die Hard 2 standards.
Yeah, I just remember what like on the Die Hard 1 VHS, you watching like the trailer for Die Hard 2 so many times. Like
Yeah, so did I. But
like
yeah,
I can,
Die Hard's another one that was cut to bits in the UK.
yeah,
in
like I can
the-
vividly remember the voiceover guy's line as well. It's like they say lightning never strikes twice.
That's the one.
They were wrong. They didn't even have a glitchy premiere for Aquaman 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Warner's and DC are
That's a
just
good
like
point.
they're just dumping it. Like
Yeah.
even if it ends up being a
DCU
good
is over.
movie, even if it ends up being a good movie, it's the last movie in the old continuity. Like so, no, like the public don't really care. The studio doesn't really care. The cast don't really, don't really care. Like but who knows? It might be in the top 5 of the year.
It could be. I think it's because the first one's not amazing, but still entertaining to watch.
The first one is it's bonkers. The first, I mean, it's too long, but like the last half an hour of that movie is bonkers.
Yes, the sharks with freaking laser beams.
Yeah. You're just like, it's an assault, and there's so much movie in that movie. At the end, you're just like,
Dolph Lundgren.
not that it's something that I would do, but like imagine watching that like on acid or on mushrooms or something like that would be like the best experience of anyone's life, or the worst. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, Iron Brew is as hard as I go.
Again,
Death Sentence,
I'm
Kevin
letting
Bacon.
them down by not having Iron Brew. I've got Pepsi Max Cherry.
You didn't see you open it, though, did we?
No,
Could
it's
be
got
wine in it.
hard liquor inside.
It's on TV on the 25th, of course it is. Die Hard. Yeah, another one that used to be annihilated on ITV. Yeah,
Oh yeah, the what's the version I had taped off telly was Yippee Kimosabi,
yes, that's it. So,
and the scene where he kills the blonde dude by when they fall down the stairs together. The TV edit for that is just like they scuffle, the door closes, and then he's dead. you don't roll down the stairs, and you certainly don't hear a neck crack. You just
that's the worst thing, because you don't see it, and they just fall together down the stairs, and
it's like
then he's dead.
it's the scream that he lets out as well. He's just like, that's a bit too real.
That is a good point. Die Hard 2 is never in the cinemas. I've not seen that. I've seen no Lethal Weapon, I guess. I saw Elf is advertised, and
Elf. Die Hard. It's not a Christmas movie, but there's I'm sure they brought it out this year, but I never got a chance to see it. A movie that I would have loved to see in the cinema, but I was just too young to get into. 15 was Terminator 2. Because what was that, 91 that came out or something?
Yeah, I saw that twice.
I was 8, I think, maybe 6. Yeah, I would have been 7 or 8. So I'm clearly not getting into 15 at the cinema. But I would have loved to, for the first time, seeing Terminator 2 in the cinema. What an experience that must have been.
It was off the chart. I had T-shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was well up for that one.
Kimosabi, Melon Farmer, yeah.
That's it, Melon Farmer. That's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just if you're not going to do it, don't bother.
No.
Muddy Funsters was another one in the Fast Show.
One of our lockdown projects in the house, which never came to fruition, but we did talk about it, and actually we did plan it a lot, was we were going to recreate the last scene of Die Hard, when he's got the gun taped to his back. So we were going to recreate that with our children playing the lead. So at that time, a 3, a 6, and a 9-year-old. In our
Pay
mind,
attention to this film.
in our mind, that would have been funny. but we never saw it through. But like we did plan it out, and it's just like the concept of doing that like during lockdown was something that was just like was hilarious to us. But sadly, we never did it.
Yeah, you'd have to get the shots exactly right for it to
But
work.
that's the thing. I even I had like storyboarded and planned the shots with lenses and everything. I was like, went to quite a bit of prep went into making that making the Swedish version of Die Hard with quite epic.
Yeah.
But it never came to be, alas.
Yeah, T2 is in the cinema occasionally.
Yeah, I'm sure
But it was. The trailer did spoil it that Arnie was the good guy.
Yeah, I remember that's the thing. I remember seeing the purpose shot trailer where it's like the assembly line. Like I remember seeing that as a kid and being like, oh my god, that looks amazing.
Yeah, my 9-year-old wouldn't give two.
That's the thing. Like you can see any trailer you want on YouTube these days, so there's no like
yeah, you can see it a million times. You can pause it with crystal clear clarity and see what's happening. Oof, there you go. Re-release because it's been tinkered with since.
Yeah, that's the thing. They would probably which version would they show in the cinema?
People can remember what's about the teal tint of it.
Yeah,
on the whatever version's on now. But yeah,
and you'd be able to tell right away as soon as they do the bike stunt where the bike lands.
Mike out of his face.
You'll be able to tell which version it is, whether because if it's Arnie's face, it's the tinkered version. If it's clearly a stunt double, that's what's got me curious about the. I don't have a copy of it yet, but the 4K disc of Face Off, like.
Yes.
I want to get a copy of that just because, like, I want to see, like, even on the Blu-ray, it's so clearly obvious.
It's obvious, isn't it? It's like a cut and paste, like they're wearing paper masks.
Like, imagine how clear it's going to be on the 4K disc. You're like, that's not Nick Cage, that's not John Travolta, and those are 15,000 wires holding you guys up.
There was only so much they could do back then.
Yeah.
We saw Long Kiss Goodnight. It was only 14, 15, but snuck in. It was an 18. It wasn't 18, yes. I think it still is, but.
I think the first 18 I managed to sneak in, well, not sneak into it, but just get into it was Blade, which was 97, I think, or 98.
Yeah, right.
I would have been about 14 or 15. That was the first 18 that I got into. And what an 18 to get into. Like, Blade is an awesome movie.
There he is. Yeah, that's one I saw in the cinema as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've seen all three in the cinema.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw 3 in the cinema. 2 is good, 3 is not so much.
If Wesley Snipes only appeared in 3, it'd be good.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night I have this. Ooh.
What's that?
You don't know.
The the Ancient Moon video?
We'll see if anyone in the chat gets the reference before I tell them.
Help me out in the chat, guys.
Give
me an article.
Well, here's the man to ask about the 4K for True Lies. Are you going to get which of the 6 films of Cameron's are you going to get next year?
I've held off on buying them because none of them were released I'm a Steelbook whore, so I've held off because I don't want to double dip on a on a potentially underwhelming 4K release. So I'll if and when they bring a Steelbook with the 4K, I'll get that for all of them, for Aliens, for True Lies, and The Abyss. But I'll only get it if it comes in a Steelbook. I don't think I'll just get the plain disc.
For sure. Because they've been selling out. Yeah, they already have tinkered with it. So yeah, people are saying looks like a CGI animation film, haven't they, from the screen grabs of True Lies?
Yeah. Some of the screen grabs I saw have been less than what's the word? Less than promising. Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah,
like you would think they would have learned a lesson after T2,
Yeah, people complain they didn't buy it unless it is part of their plan.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Disney own the films now, do they?
I suppose technically, yeah.
Yeah, if you've got the VHS, you don't notice the stunt double. Exactly. Franz is correct.
Yeah. Like
as good as the picture it is.
You kind of notice it on the DVD, and then you really notice it on the Blu-ray.
Yes. I have heard it looks like they just put it in an AI machine and said, fix this.
Yeah.
And it's like HDR to that or whatever it is.
Okay, so right, so give me another clue as to what you've got before we wrap it up. Like what tomorrow night? Give me another clue. Not the same clue. Give me another clue. Eddie's bra. Eddie's bra. No, I'm not getting this at all. I guess I'll have to wait till tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Although I might be seeing Aquaman instead.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow it. Yeah, my hair. It's all gone.
I mean, it's not a Mel Gibson, my little, for sure.
Sure. Oh yes, one of our new stunt doubles was used in Reanimator. Yes, I did hear that. One of the corpses, the big muscly one. Ooh.
The 4K for Predator is brilliant. It's very good. They've done a good job on that. I would say, yeah. I watched when that came out. Whenever that came out, I did get that and watched it right away. I would say it's close to a reference quality disc. Like it's up there with like Jaws. For me, Blade. We talked about Blade a minute ago. Blade is also a really good 4K transfer. The only downside to the Blade 4K transfer is some of the like 90s CGI is like is accentuated as 90s CGI. So like that the bad CGI is worse on the 4K transfer, but any non CGI shots, like it's the organic film grain is there. They've not done like a DNR wash or waxy face look on anyone.
Okay, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah,
thing.
and the same with Predator. I remember watching, and I don't even have like, I've got an old 4K TV. Like it was one of the first 4K sets that doesn't even have. There's no HDR on it. It's a 4K set, but it was before they started really doing HDR on the sets. So I don't even have like an amazing setup at home. But I do have a 4K TV and a 4K player, and it's the PS5. So again, it's not like a top end 4K player. But yeah, the transfer on Predator is very good, as is Blade.
I think because I saw the 3D version of Predator when it came out on the Blu-ray, and the film looked like it was brand new. It was so clean compared to other stuff. Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
I can actually see that. Yeah,
I can see him as back then.
Conversely, can you see Mel Gibson as Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, he was nearly James Bond a few times. I think
that would be interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
I can see him. I could see him as Batman more than I can see him as James Bond.
Yeah. Yes. The fuzzy background.
Yeah.
He's got three knockers.
Literally smudged Vaseline on the film.
That'd be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. I think that's literally what they do. That's literally what it is.
Yeah. Yes, he's the one that's huge, and I think he bites the guy's fingers off. There you go.
There you
go. Cal's. Oh, she's got the Predator 4K. It's got the green. Because that's good.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch the 4K disc that came with it, but the Blu-ray disc that came with the 4K set. But the actual 4K disc has the grain. It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Yeah, because the bit where he does the high fall, and there's a bit where they mow down the jungle, was shot on different film stock by accident. So
yeah, and that stands out like from shot to shot. Yeah,
yeah.
But like that's how you can tell when they've not like scrubbed it too much, because you're literally seeing the different film stock grain between like like Kodak and Petra or whatever,
there you go.
Right, man. One last clue before I need to call it a night for tomorrow night. So I've got Edie's bra, which means nothing to me. I've got you holding a homemade telescope. Again, nothing to me. I need another clue. Wait, are you just showing me the movie?
Yeah, well, it's a clue. It's the Christmas version of Bottom.
Okay.
The Holy episode. So you get a present of a kaleidoscope or whatever it's supposed to be.
Right.
But yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, T2, my first R-rated film, approved by my mom. Hell Night, Fun House. Bloody hell. Welcome 15 Nights of Fireman.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll wrap this up. So, unfortunately, yes, you just turned up at the end. We've watched the film.
I think it's
how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, there's a fine line between like restoring it but retaining like the organic film grain and scrubbing it clean. I think not conventional wisdom, but like there was a time when I think the studios just wanted to like remove the film grain because they wanted it to look new, but then they sacrificed like the organic look, so it looked new but shit. It looked like new shit basically, instead of old but not shit.
Like Expendables 4.
Yeah, but I kind of, on the one hand, from a financial point of view, I can get where they're coming from, because like if you do a proper restoration, it takes time and money. Like when you look at the Jaws 4K restoration, when you look at the behind the scenes, like the wee mini documentary about the restoration of Jaws, like the amount of time and care and money that they spent to restore that, it must have been a lot. Whereas if they were to just do a quick digital denoise scrub, that's one guy on one computer clicking a few buttons, and it renders out.
Yeah, it renders forward.
A scrubbed, a grain-free one. Whereas if they do a proper 4K restoration where they find a good quality negative and they rescan that, and then guys literally, I mean, it'll be on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure as well, but the Jaws 4K restoration mini documentary is amazing. Like, when showing you the level of detail that they go into and doing that, and then so they're not every studio is going to do that for every movie. Some of them will just push a button, scrub it, and they can say new 4K. But then you end up with Terminator 2.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true. So thanks for joining us, Russell. It's good to see you. Late, better than never. That is true. Thanks for joining us anyway.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
I didn't even like it when they removed the mistakes in T2. Oh, yeah, don't remove them. So yes, tomorrow night it's Sprouts Mexican, a blue head scarf. Is that a laser disc of Jurassic Park behind you? I think is that a poster?
On me? On mine?
Yeah, the Jurassic Park thing behind you.
Oh, this? That's like a doormat type thing.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, it looks awesome.
It's from Zavi, I think. There's a Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings one that's here.
What's the promo code?
This is to cover up, like, the mess that's on the shelves.
Yeah, The Godfather, they did a good transfer, I heard, yeah.
Yeah, no, The Godfather was good as well, yeah. Jaws is always the one that, like, whenever anyone asks, like, what's a good reference quality 4K disc, Jaws, like, is always the one that comes to mind.
Yeah, Apocalypse Now is an amazing film. It's just not a fun watch.
No.
So yes, now that Al's here, we can leave. So,
hello, Al. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thanks for everyone to join us.
Thanks, Bronson. Thanks, everyone.
Jeff, 59th Rider, Russell, Bronson, and of course, Franz, Michael Myers, everyone else, and the Bugs, and Jimmy.
And keep an eye on the channel to find out if Aquaman makes the top 5 of the year.
Oh yes, we will be. I'll let you sit, so I don't have to. If it's crap, I'll sit and about 3 months or 2 months when it's streaming.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone.
All right, guys. Thank you.
And, I pressed the button.